You've heard Glenn talk about Goldman Sachs' strong ties to the Obama administration. Tonight, another bank, JPMorgan Chase, with strong ties to the Obama administration, that has received a government bailout. And who that bank is giving its money to. According to our research, JPMorgan Chase, you ready for this, has given more than $5 million to ACORN affiliate, ACORN Housing, since 2001. A JPMorgan spokesman tells us, quote, "Our dealings with ACORN have been entirely appropriate." Okay. So we're not saying they haven't been appropriate. In fact, other banks keep giving money to the group blamed for helping to cause the mortgage meltdown. The question is, why? Remember, ACORN is accused of operating what this program is called a shell game. And some members of Congress have called ACORN, quote, "a criminal enterprise that funnels money, government money, between its 361 different entities." The Obama administration may be distancing itself from the community organization, but not from the funders who are backing it. JPMorgan CEO Jamie Dimon has been called, quote, "President Obama's favorite banker," by the New York Times. Dimon also reportedly has a phone hotline to his old pals, Chief of Staff Rahm Emanuel and Treasury Secretary Tim Geithner. Here to explore the ties that bind is Peter Flaherty, president of the National Legal and Policy Center. Peter, welcome here. Why would JPMorgan Chase be interested in giving $5 million in cash to an organization like ACORN?
By the way, Judge, I believe that figure is low. If you go back over the years and count all the ACORN affiliates, I believe the figure is much higher. But this whole thing really started during the 70s when ACORN got rolling. They targeted the banks because, as Jesse Jackson pointed out at an ACORN conference, quoting Jesse James, that's where the money is. And they figured out that if you could picket a bank director's home in a leafy suburb, they'd say, "Who are these people? Get them off my back." So pretty soon, all the banks, JPMorgan Chase, Bank of America, Citigroup, started paying tribute to ACORN. It included direct cash donations. It included investments in ACORN Housing, Inc., and of most consequence, it included backing off opposition to something called the Community Reinvestment Act of 1977, which led to a severe loosening of lending standards, which led to the subprime meltdown and the more general mortgage crisis.
All right. Are you telling us, Peter, that JPMorgan Chase was the victim of a shakedown? And in response to that shakedown, to keep these people away from Jamie Dimon's house and other executives' homes, they coughed up more than $5 million to these characters?
Well, yes, and it's been a long-standing process, as I said, going back to the 70s, but that's really the mentality. Now, JPMorgan Chase got $25 billion in taxpayer TARP money.
Right.
At the same time last year, over 1,000 employees of the company got bonuses of $1 million or more. So when you're that affluent, you really don't, you're not very ideological. You just want to get these people off your back. And continuing the support for ACORN keeps them at bay. But I think it's time for shareholders, for customers. Now, tax a significant stake in significant banks like Citigroup to say enough is enough. Where is the accountability?
All right.
The banks are supposed to operate differently now. Why are they still supporting ACORN? Has their relationship with ACORN changed at all? Are they demanding more information, especially in light of the allegations of voter registration fraud and the embezzlement scandal within ACORN?
All right, so ACORN's banker is not only rich, he's also powerful. The President of the United States, we have a full screen on this, has referred to Jamie Dimon by saying the following: there are a lot of banks that are actually there are a lot of banks that are actually pretty well managed. JPMorgan is a good example. Jamie Dimon, the CEO there, I don't think he should be punished for doing a pretty good job managing an enormous portfolio. And let's see, do I have this right? Not only does the president know him and like him, the mayor of Chicago, where this crowd comes from, his brother is vice chair of the bank. All of this true?
Well, it is true, but I don't think just because JPMorgan Chase has a solid balance sheet that it's exculpatory when it comes to the mortgage crisis. They provided important funding to ACORN, which helped bring on this whole thing. This bank is very political. Obama says Dimon is his favorite banker, or at least the New York Times characterized it that way. And William Daley, the brother of Chicago Mayor Richard Daley, has the title of Midwest Director. Now, how many Fortune 500 companies have a Midwest Director? Not another one. It's political protection, pure and simple.
Got it. Peter Flaherty, thanks very much for joining us.
Thanks, Judge.
You're welcome.